CNH Industrial. They are the driving force between iron and tech. A quote from their website would be, CNH is a world-class equipment and services company that sustainably advances the noble work of agriculture and construction workers. As a leading company in agriculture and construction, we provide the strategic direction, R&D capabilities, and investments that enable the success of our brands. We do this by supplying 360-degree agriculture applications, from machines to implements and the digital technologies that enhance them, and by delivering a full lineup of construction products that make the industry more productive. A full suite of financing and aftermarket solutions complete this offering. CNH is currently managing 10 brands. They have 64 manufacturing plants, 49 R&D centers. They have a network of over 6,000 dealers in 190 countries and are currently employing more than 68,000 employees. CNH managed more brands than this at one time, but through efforts of consolidation, they have narrowed it down to 10 brands that they are currently managing. That would be Case IH, New Holland Ag, New Holland Construction, Case Construction, Steyr, Raven, Flexicoil, Euromach, and Hemisphere. Case and New Holland mirror. Case IH and New Holland Ag closely mirror each other with their offerings. In agriculture, they offer tractors, combines, harvesters, tillage equipment, as well as planting solutions, as well. And New Holland Construction and Case Construction do the same thing. Case has a little bit bigger lineup. Both go all from skid steers to excavators. Case delves into more compact vibratory rollers and dozers and more of the loader type equipment. Steyr is a regional brand from CNH that finds its home in Austria. That's a forestry type tractor. It's very specialized, and it's built to withstand extremely cold temperatures. Raven and Hemisphere are the two tech branches of CNH. Raven would specialize more in auto steer and precision agriculture implications, so precision planting and precision chemical applications. They're capable of spraying individual weeds inside of the field, which utilizes less overall chemicals and less overspray. Hemisphere is more surveyor and maritime applications, as well as more of the material tech, microchips, motherboards, RF communications. Flexicoil is their broadacre solutions. So these are massive farms. This brand is located in Canada and services many 1,000-acre type farms and provides planting solutions for those in air seeders and tillage. And then Euromach is another regional brand of CNH that finds its home in Italy, and they do mini to mid excavators. That brand has built a real following in that region and is kind of synonymous with strength and reliability. Getting into the financials, CNH has been kind of in a slump for the past couple of years. This past year in 2024, they did $19.8 billion in revenue, $17 billion in sales. They are currently in possession of $42.9 billion in assets and have $4.3 billion in cash and cash equivalents. Their current 2024 inventory turns are sitting at 2.37 with a 3.35 four-year average, including that 2.37. This is attributed to the commodities market not performing very well. That's one of the biggest influencing factors in driving down their sales figures, is there's just less overall demand because there's less money in the market that they operate in. Moving on to the financials, or not from financials to the website. I found the website to be extremely functional, very easy to navigate. I found it very interesting how they highlighted their history with in-depth timelines of the different companies that form the conglomerate that is CNH Industrial, and over the mergers and achievement points throughout history, from the first steam tractors to racing threshing machines, harvesting equipment, the first grape harvesters, all the way into autonomous tractors and drone application, as well as some of the precision spraying stuff that they've done recently in the past couple of years. The website was very well balanced with the amount of graphics, as well as it flowed extremely well. If I wanted to move from history to the financials, it was done with the click of a button, and they did a very good job of balancing their sustainability initiatives with marketing their specific brands for agriculture. Those two paired very well, and it did not feel like sustainability was trying to drown out what the actual mission of the company was. As mentioned previously, CNH has been in a bit of a slump over the past couple of years due to the commodities market and agriculture as a whole just not performing well. So they've really taken this opportunity to increase their savings initiatives, look for inefficiencies, and kind of lean down their operations so that they can pivot and be more successful when markets turn back in their favor. One of these initiatives that they did was they partnered with Accenture to create a digital factory. This is a global network that has hubs, and at each hub, there's a 250-person team working in operations management. And these are operations managers that will partner with farmers to find application-specific or farmer-specific solutions for their application. They will look at the farm and try to maximize individuals' profit for acre for that farmer. Another initiative that they've done over the past couple of years is actually since COVID, they took on additive manufacturing. So part of what CNH does as a whole is they operate as an OE as well as an aftermarket, and they provide all of the parts for the equipment that they sell and produce. They inventory currently 1.8 million different parts, and a lot of these are just low demand items that they show dead inventory on, or very slow turns, and that hurt the overall company's goal, as well as increase their warehousing needs and just create some overall inefficiencies. What really was the catalyst for this was the pandemic. One of their suppliers had shut down due to the pandemic, and instead of shutting down their own production, they brought in additive manufacturing and started 3D printing their own parts. Once they did this, they prevented shutting down their own production and realized that this was a solution that could be applied to multiple problems. They were able to decrease their inventory quite a bit on a lot of the lower moving items and then complex parts. They used their additive manufacturing to create clamps and forms and other tooling that they would need to make more complex parts, as well as this gives them an option to do on-demand manufacturing and kind of do custom one-off solutions on a per customer basis while still keeping their lead times minimal. One such solution that they were talking about in this example here of their additive manufacturing was a hood latch. This hood latch could take up to 2-3 weeks to get from a supplier overseas, and they could make it themselves, but the tooling is extremely expensive. The setup time cost doesn't really make it worth CNH's time to make it until they had 3D printing. Now they can get low demand items out the door really quickly with very minimal cost and still keep their profit margins on those parts. Another initiative that they undertook was in Indiana. They created an auto store. They had a distribution center there that was not as efficient as it could be. There was a lot of walkways, mezzanines, and human labor inputs to move product around and get them out the door to the customer. They partnered with a robotics company, and they installed high-speed conveyor belts. They currently have 54 robots working in there. It manages 120,000 SKUs, and over 15,000 order lines get processed daily now out of this distribution center. It requires very, very minimal human input other than just managing the robots to make sure that it all happens. This has decreased the amount of overall money and labor that they put into this distribution center, as well as sped up efficiency and automated the process, making it a lot more streamlined, as well as safer for the employees that still work at that distribution center. As mentioned previously, one of the things that they mentioned on the website was their sustainability initiatives. And ways that they are doing this is through their R&D departments. One such offering would be the T7. It's a New Holland T7 tractor, and it operates completely off of methane. And this is going into the Circular Farm Initiative. The idea for this tractor is that a farmer would have cattle. The cattle manure would be taken, the methane extracted, and methane put back in the tractor. The tractor then goes to work, helps plant the seed, they harvest it, turn it back into silage to feed the cattle. It all goes around and around in a big circle. And this reduces, so that T7 tractor actually has a negative carbon footprint based on the way that it is built and the way that it operates. More sustainability initiatives that they've participated in. So they have 31 ISO 14001 and ISO 45001 certified plants, and then 30 ISO 9001 and ISO 5001 certified plants. In the past year, they've done 3.8 million in energy performance improvements. They took initiative in all of their manufacturing and distribution centers and really found ways to cut water usage, cut power, cut electricity, and really make their manufacturing and distribution centers operate a lot more efficiently, energy-wise. They've also achieved 90% recyclability for new products. So every new product that they have, 90% of the components on that are recyclable. And 70% of total electricity from renewable resources. So each one of their manufacturing and distribution centers, they're shooting for 70% company-wide of total electricity that the company uses to be from renewable sources. And further, they have paired with their suppliers. They have 99% of their Tier 1 suppliers participating in sustainability assessments. And this really goes into what CNH has been doing in the past couple of years, is focusing on supplier relationship and supplier building. They really want their suppliers to buy into their sustainability issues and partner with them in this, providing an overall better product for both companies. So to conclude, CNH, even though it is a multi-billion-dollar global conglomerate that specializes in agriculture, construction, as well as finance, as an OE and an aftermarket parts supplier, they have global operations, 190 different countries, but they're still dedicated to innovation. They show how they have provided or how they prioritize their savings and efficiency. They've really taken on in the past couple of years sustainability and adaptability, but what they've been doing more recently, as in the past year, been focusing on improving the supply chain. As they acknowledge that even though commodity markets are down, revenue's down, sales have been down, there are things that they are doing that they can do regardless of the market, and that would be streamlining their supply chain, making sure that they can automate where they can, save money where they can, streamline, lean down, and really focus on providing quality products with minimal lead times and developing their suppliers to holding them to the same standards that they hold themselves. It was really interesting looking into CNH and how they operate. It's kind of mind blowing at how a company so big can still be focused on the little things and getting the little things right. And I think that's something that CNH has done extremely well in, especially in downturn years.